I'm Joshua Peters from lickmykicks.com. What do you geek for?
Nice.
What's up? This is Picasso, aka Logan. You can check us out at geekmodeonline.com. We're here with the one and only Joshua Peters from lickmykicks.com. What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm really good.
All right. Now you're based in Brooklyn.
That's right.
Brooklyn, New York. Over here, we're pretty much like across the street from Prospect Park. It's just beautiful. It's a beautiful area over here. A lot of artistic people, I'm assuming.
Yeah, there's a lot of creative touch on it.
Basically, we here at Geek Mode want to know, basically, what do you geek for?
I geek for one-of-a-kind sneakers. I geek for paintings and art openings and hanging around with other creative people.
Right. Now, what did you geek for as a kid? Like growing up, what was your thing that you were just crazy for? What did you geek for as a kid?
As a kid, I geeked for anything with Bulls logos on it. The Thing from the Fantastic Four. I always loved sneakers but couldn't afford them.
Right.
And just really was into like comic books and that kind of thing.
Okay, so did that pretty much set the ground level? Like, was that the ground level for you to start doing the stuff that you're doing now as far as the sneakers?
Absolutely. I both the paintings I do on canvas and the paintings I do on the sneakers are informed by that sort of a comic book aesthetic, and really like from a graffiti aesthetic as much as anything else.
Do you have a particular piece that you're most proudest of, like your first piece?
Yeah, my very first sneaker custom was this Hellboy sneaker that I did. It basically, I figured out kind of how to work with the medium while I was doing it, and so I'm proud of it for how it came out and for kind of what it taught me. But then I'm also a really big fan of Mike Mignola's work now and so on. So I really like wearing them too. It's a fringe benefit, I guess.
Yeah. Now, do most of your sneakers deal with comic book themes, or is it just a wide spectrum of stuff?
It's a real wide spectrum of things. Like, for me, what I like to do when I'm working with a client is do something that really is their stuff.
Right.
And bring it to life, with the way that I make marks. So it's mine still because I made it, but at the end of the day, it really suits the client. So if it's a college championship shoe, or it's a wood grain shoe, or a superhero shoe, I'm just as engaged with that work for a client. However, when I'm looking for something to do on spec and to stay sharp and to work on my craft, I will do a Batman shoe and an Iron Man shoe, and I'm into it. So I definitely include my things when I'm doing my own work.
What were some of your influences as far as getting into this particular field?
Well, as far as having like a mentor or a creative person that made sneakers that influenced me, that wasn't so much the case. I'm more influenced by the artists that I sort of respect and revere. I really like Basquiat's work, which we were not taught in art school at all. We saw like 2 slides over however many years I was in school. And as far as comic artists, I really like Frank Miller's early work. So that really greatly influenced kind of how I think about line and work and how I do stuff. As far as like fine artists from the canon, I really like Lucian Freud. Like I like you to be able to see how I paint.
Right.
Like I don't try and hide it and make it a photograph. What I'm really trying to do is like just make it a very unique thing that you can tell the artist was there. Like I like to leave my stamp on it.
As a kid, you mentioned that you were into like Star Wars and all that type of thing. Why in particular? Why did you geek for those things in particular?
Well, as a kid, I was a real skinny kid. Like, those UNICEF commercials. I used to see those kids and be like, someone needs to be sending me quarters on Halloween,
Right.
So I always was looking at these comic books and looking to these heroes and movies and stuff for like inspiration about like kind of what kind of man I could be.
Right.
Because I was a little skinny, scrawny dude.
Right.
And so that sort of carried forth in what my interests were. So I was really into like the Thing and the Hulk the most. I was really into Chewbacca and like Han Solo and these guys who kind of had
really strong.
Strong, virile, swagger-filled dudes. Like I was really shaped and molded by that stuff in media. You know, my parents worked like crazy. Mm-hmm. So, you know, my best friends were that action figure that cartoon after school and that comic book.
Like most kids.
Yeah. Now my parents caught me doing some graffiti in books and whatever, and I actually stopped making art for a long time because they told me I couldn't do that. So I was like, forget it, I can do nothing.
Right.
But it was something I couldn't kick. Like it's the thing I geek for most. I gotta make stuff.
Right.
Like that, whether it be a cartoon character shoe or a 7-foot tall portrait, it doesn't matter. Like I have to make stuff, and I'm happiest when I'm doing that.
Like this is a crazy portrait back here. I don't know if you can get a good look at it. And the way it's made, you probably couldn't really tell who it is, but this is Danny Simmons.
It's the beginning of a painting of a friend of mine, Danny Simmons. Yeah.
Danny Simmons, who's, as we all know, is related to Russell Simmons, one of the co-founders of Def Jam. So this is crazy the way this is done. How long did it take you to make this?
This painting is only about a third of the way there, and it might have taken like 3 hours. It's basically it's a painting about Hurricane Katrina.
Okay.
And about George Bush and how he handled that.
Okay. That's a pretty big statement right there.
We can't do it small. There's no half step.
Nah, not at all. So recently we were at myself and Josh. We were at WizardCon Comic Con. I came to New York, and it was there for like I believe 2 days, and there was a lot of good stuff there. But the thing that struck me out the most out of all the comic books and all the authentic souvenirs was your sneakers.
I appreciate that.
And which is why we're here doing what we're doing right now, because you have an excellent point of view of art in terms of just like putting art on the sneakers and interpreting what people are thinking.
Right.
And so you're going to be at the next one.
Yeah, I'm going to be at the Comic-Con in Philly. I have something in the works. I did a Draco Malfoy Tom Felton shoe to sort of commemorate the fact that Tom Felton was at this last Comic-Con in New York City.
Right.
And we're trying to spin that into a sort of a thing where we do that every time.
Okay.
So there'd be a shoe connected with each Comic-Con, one collectible or 2 collectibles for someone to collect from wizardworld.com.
So if you came across somebody like, I don't know, like Vivica Fox for Kill Bill, because I'm assuming, I think she's going to be there for Kill Bill. Like a lot of the celebrities are going to be there for each particular movie that they were a part of.
So I already was thinking about a sneaker sort of in conjunction with Vivica A. Fox being there. And, I love Kill Bill, and I love the Pussy Wagon in that movie. That was crazy. It's only cool with a girl driving it, but whatever. Right. So I was thinking I was going to do a shoe that commemorated that pulling up of that truck in front of Vivica's Fox, aka Copperhead. That was her code name in the movie. And I wanted to do 2 things. I wanted to do a yellow body with a pink set of flames on it, possibly like a snake or like a Copperhead logo of some type or some snake skin. But when she goes for that gun in the cereal box?
Right.
So I put a graphic on there of the Cobra and then a graphic on there of that cereal box, the exact cereal box. I haven't researched it yet, but if I can pull off some stills from the video, I'm gonna put that cereal box in front of it.
That would be crazy. Out of it. That would be real crazy. On a sneaker too? That would be real crazy. So tell the people a little bit about your site, where they can contact you.
Absolutely. My website is lickmykicks.com. That is my sneaker flash site. If you want to follow me as far as an artist, you can look for Culture Shot on Facebook or cultureshot.com. If you want to email me with inquiries about sneakers, jp@lickmykicks.com. That's how you get at me. We can negotiate a price, we can have a meeting, and figure out how to do something crazy for you, something that no one else has.
Some authentic stuff.
That's right.
And it'll be one of a kind. Nobody else will have it because nobody else possesses half the stuff that he has here. I mean, you'll see it later on when we show you the background stuff, but some of the material alone, you have to be a real artist to know what to use on these sneakers to keep them looking fresh all year round. So be on the lookout for this gentleman, Joshua Peters. You're going to see him, and you're going to see more of him on geekmodeonline.com. This is Logan. This is Joshua Peters. Joshua Peters,
lickmykicks.com. What do you geek?